For the Sigma INFJ, pain isn't just something to survive, it's something to study, to refine, and to rise through. Their wounds don't make them weaker. They make them sharp. Every Sigma INFJ carries a quiet archive of pain. Not on display. Not as a badge. But encoded deep in the way they see, speak, and move through the world. They've been betrayed and learned the art of boundaries. They've been silenced and mastered the language of subtle truth. They've been overlooked and built entire inner empires no one saw coming. These wounds didn't break them. They sculpted them. Part 1. Pain as a compass, not a curse. For most, pain is something to avoid, to numb, or to forget. But the Sigma INFJ doesn't flinch from it, they observe it. They don't ask, why me? They ask, what is this showing me about others, and about myself? Because for them, pain isn't just discomfort. It's direction. It shows them where they've overgiven. Where they've tolerated what should have been walked away from. Where they trusted a mask instead of a soul. Each wound becomes a warning system, one that sharpens with time. And with each lesson learned, their tolerance for dishonesty shrinks, while their commitment to truth deepens. Part 2. The transformation begins in silence. When the Sigma INFJ gets hurt, they don't always react outwardly. They retreat. But not to wallow. To rebuild. They disappear, not out of weakness, but intention. In that space, they replay events. Not obsessively, analytically. They map patterns, unpack motives, and decode what was unspoken. They emerge quieter, but more precise. Softer, but more discerning. They don't armor up with hardness. They cloak themselves in clarity. Pain doesn't make them bitter. It makes them refined. It doesn't make them fearful, it makes them fluent in what not to repeat. And that silence? It's not absence. It's incubation. Something sharper, wiser, and stronger is forming. Part 3. Not everyone can see the scars. From the outside, the Sigma INFJ may seem untouched. Composed. Balanced. Even serene. But inside, they've weathered storms others couldn't name. They just don't narrate their suffering, they transmute it. You won't hear them list their heartbreaks. You'll see it in the way they pause before trusting. In how they notice red flags others ignore. In the way they build exits into everything, just in case. They've learned that exposing every wound invites those who pick at scabs just to see if you'll bleed. So they keep their scars beneath the surface, not because they're ashamed, but because they've earned the right to protect them. Part 4. Why hurt made them dangerous. Every time a Sigma INFJ was hurt, something inside sharpened. The betrayal made them strategic. The dismissal made them self-sufficient. The heartbreak made them sovereign. They don't trust easily, not out of fear, but wisdom. They don't stay where they're not seen, not out of pride, but preservation. They can love you deeply and walk away without warning if something fractures their core values. This isn't coldness. It's consequence. They've learned what happens when you betray yourself to keep someone else. And they've vowed never to make that mistake again. Their emotional detachment isn't indifference, it's discipline. A hard-won boundary forged in fire. Part 5. The unseen armor of emotional precision. A Sigma INFJ's greatest weapon is their emotional accuracy. Born from pain, it's now their compass. They sense when something's off, even if it looks perfect. They know when words are sweet but hollow. They feel the shift in energy before intentions are revealed. This isn't paranoia. It's pattern recognition. And it protects them. Not just from others, but from betraying their own intuition. They no longer override the whisper inside them. They trust it. Because ignoring it was the root of past wounds, and they've paid that price already. Part 6. Pain didn't close them, it clarified them. The biggest misconception? That Sigma INFJs are guarded because of their wounds. But the truth is deeper. They're not closed. They're curated. They still feel everything, but no longer for everyone. They still love, but only with those who've earned it. They still show up, but only where their energy won't be wasted. Pain taught them not to shrink, but to focus. To pour less into performance and more into peace. They didn't stop feeling. They started filtering. And those filters? They don't come from bitterness. They come from hard-earned emotional intelligence. Part 7. The strength behind their compassion. What many misunderstand is that the Sigma INFJ's depth of care grew through pain, not despite it. They didn't turn cold. They became precise. They didn't stop loving. They started loving better, with boundaries. Because the ones who hurt them didn't just teach them how to spot manipulation. They taught them how to protect the kindness that remains. That's why their empathy is never blind. It's informed. And that's what makes it powerful. So when they offer you understanding, know that it's not naivety. It's strength, choosing to stay soft when you've had every reason to harden. Conclusion: the wounds that made them whole. Pain didn't turn the Sigma INFJ bitter. It made them discerning. It didn't break them. It built them. Each wound, each heartbreak, each quiet betrayal, they kept the lesson, dropped the weight, and moved forward lighter, sharper, and more aligned. They no longer fear being hurt. They fear betraying themselves in the process of avoiding it. And that's why the Sigma INFJ walks through life with a power most can't name. Because everything that was meant to destroy them was used to design them instead.